Welcome to Fueling Growth, Marketing for Auto Repair Shops. I'm Zane Taylor, and today we're talking Customer Lifetime Value, or CLV. Joining me is Roger Glass, our Director of Strategy here at the agency. Roger, glad to have you on. We help shops grow every day, and CLV is the steering wheel. It tells you how much a customer is worth over time so you can decide what to invest to win them, keep them, and serve them. In this episode, we'll connect CLV to real shop decisions, share a simple calculator you can build today, and lay out a 30-day action plan. We'll cover onboarding, reminders, loyalty, referrals, winbacks, and the metrics that prove it. Let's get practical and make CLV usable Monday morning.
Thanks for having me. CLV is simply the total gross profit you can expect from a customer over the relationship, not just the first job. For auto repair, think average revenue per visit, the gross margin you keep, how often they visit, how long they stay, and the extra value from referrals they bring. Why it matters. When you know lifetime value, you stop guessing. You'll stop overreacting to a slow week and start investing in first visit experiences, communication, and convenience that keep people coming back. It informs staffing, so you cover phone calls and inspections, pricing, so you protect margin, and service mix, so you cultivate maintenance that drives repeat visits. Most shops don't have a revenue problem. They have a retention and gross margin clarity problem. CLV puts both in focus.
That framing is spot on. To make it concrete, here's a shop-friendly formula we use. CLV equals ARO, times visits per year, times years retained, times gross margin percentage. When you're evaluating marketing, subtract customer acquisition costs to see true net lifetime value. If your CLV is strong, you can afford to market proactively and hire ahead of demand. Where this hits operations, if CLV says the average customer will produce, say, $2 to $3 grand in gross profit over 4 years, it's easier to justify better phone coverage, same-day callbacks, and a thorough digital inspection on the first visit. It also guides pricing. You don't need to race to the bottom on oil changes if the first visit builds trust that unlocks future maintenance, brakes, and tires at healthy margins.
Let's break the inputs down. ARO is your average repair order revenue before tax. Visits per year vary by vehicle age and driving habits. 1.8 to 2.4 is common with a solid maintenance program. Years retained depends on experience and convenience. 4 to 6 years is achievable. Gross margin is key. Use your blended parts and labor gross margin, not top-line revenue. Referrals belong in CLV. If 1 out of 5 customers refers a friend in year 1 and half convert, that lifts value without extra ad spend. I also like to calculate net CLV by subtracting first-year acquisition cost, then track payback. How many months of gross profit it takes to recover that initial investment.
Let's run numbers so listeners can set targets. Suppose ARO is $550, visits per year 2.0, years retained 4, and blended gross margin 55%. CLV equals 550 x 2.0 x 4x 0.55, which is $2,420 in lifetime gross profit. If 20% of customers refer one friend and half convert, add roughly $242 in expected referral gross profit, taking total to about $2,662. Now cap acquisition cost. Aim for an LTV to CAC of at least 3.1 with payback under 6 months. With $2,662 lifetime gross profit, you could spend up to $887, but most shops stay in the $150 to $350 range for cash flow. Measure payback using first visit gross profit plus work from the first 90 days.
And the way you unlock that theoretical value is through the first visit and the habits you build after it. The first call and first appointment set, trust. Answer quickly, quote transparently, and promise realistic ETAs. On the visit, greet by name, confirm concerns, perform a digital vehicle inspection with photos, and present a prioritized estimate with good, better, best options. Convenience is the second engine. Online booking, after-hours drop, pickup and delivery, financing options, text approvals, and accurate status updates stop churn before it starts. Communication keeps the flywheel spinning. Same-day thank you, next-day check-in if a repair was significant, and a timely reminder as mileage and time thresholds approach. Do those consistently, and visit frequency rises, while price sensitivity falls.
To support that experience, the data and tools matter. In your shop system or CRM, capture source, opt-ins for email and SMS, first and last visit dates, visit count, ARO, gross margin, vehicle year make model, and whether they left a review. Use call tracking so you know which campaigns drive first calls. Keep your Google business profile tuned with fresh photos, services, hours, and messaging. Add online booking tied to your calendar. Get explicit SMS and email consent at check-in. Make it part of intake. Tag customers by source and by campaign so you can compare lifetime value by Google Ads, organic search, postcards, or referrals. When we overlay CLV with lead source, budgets start to self-optimize.
Let's detail the first 90 days, because it sets the tone for years. Same day after the first visit, send a personalized thank you by text and email with the advisor's name, a link to the digital inspection, and a direct line for questions. 48 hours later, request a review only if the repair is complete. Make it a single tap link to Google. At 2 weeks, check in with a short text asking how the vehicle is performing and offering to answer questions about deferred items. At 45 to 60 days, send a friendly reminder tied to mileage and include 2 or 3 helpful tips like rotation intervals or wiper life. Keep discounts light. Lead with reassurance and relevance.
From there, build a proactive service cadence by vehicle age and mileage. Vehicles under 5 years might average 2 visits a year anchored around oil services, rotations, and seasonal checks. Older or higher mileage vehicles may prompt 3 touch points as fluids, belts, brakes, and tires age. Use your CRM to map due dates and automate reminders by email, SMS, and for top customers, occasional direct mail. Digital vehicle inspections are your approval engine. Clear photos and short videos, condition ratings, and a prioritized estimate raise understanding without pressure. Present totals by job and let customers approve by text. When estimates are transparent, approval rates climb, average order increases, and trust compounds. True CLV multipliers.
Loyalty doesn't have to erode margin. A VIP maintenance club works because it packages value you control. Think an annual plan that includes 2 oil services with synthetic up to a cap, 2 tire rotations, a brake inspection, and priority scheduling for a bundled price that locks customers into your cadence. Oil change bundles or prepaid services also work, provided your terms protect profitability. For referrals, keep it two-sided and simple. Offer the existing customer $25 credit and the new customer $25 off their first repair over a threshold. Provide a unique share link via text and card-sized handouts with a trackable code. Post an in-shop sign and run a monthly drawing. Everyone who referred that month is entered for a free premium detail. That keeps the program active.
Let's talk about customers who drift. A win-back sequence for dormant profiles at 6 to 12 months can be a quiet revenue engine. Start with an email that references the vehicle and last service, then a text with a friendly check-in, and an easy booking link, followed by a postcard for higher value customers. Offer segments different incentives, safety check plus rotation for maintenance-heavy customers, or a diagnosis credit for those who last came in for a drivability issue. Segmentation sharpens everything. New versus returning get different messages. High-value households receive white glove pickup and priority booking. Infrequent visitors get education and friction reducers. Fleet versus retail needs a different cadence. Vehicle age matters. Older cars get condition monitoring and financing options up front.
Reducing churn is often about removing small frictions. Text to approve plus digital payments keeps the day moving. Accurate ETAs and proactive status updates prevent anxiety. After-hours key lockers and early bird forms help commuters. Financing options like 6 months, same as cash convert necessary, but deferred work without discounting. On reputation, ask for reviews at peak satisfaction, the moment you deliver the car clean and on time. Make the link stupid simple and respond to every review with empathy and specificity. Quarterly, send a 1-question Net Promoter Score survey. Anyone scoring 7 or below gets a personal follow-up to recover the relationship. That early signal lets you fix process gaps before they become lost customers, and 1-star ratings.
None of this sticks without team habits. Start at the phone. Pick up fast, smile in your voice, gather contact info and consent, and summarize the concern. Offer an arrival window and explain the inspection process so expectations are set. On estimates, present safety first, then maintenance, with parts and labor clearly broken out and options if budget is tight. Use plain language and invite questions. Set an update cadence, intake confirmation, post-inspection summary, parts ETA, and pre-delivery notice. That alone reduces call volume. Coach ethical cross-sell. Tie each recommendation to a photo, measurement, or OEM interval. Finally, make asking for referrals part of the wrap-up. If we took great care of you, feel free to share this link with a friend.
Pricing and packaging can reinforce repeat behavior. Maintenance bundles group services that naturally belong together and provide a small convenient savings without slashing margin. Prepaid service books or punch cards create commitment and reduce no-shows. Service plans turn routine work into a subscription. For instance, a 12-month plan with 2 services, seasonal checks, and a rotation for a fixed monthly payment. Clarity is everything. Spell out inclusions, caps on oil quantity, shop supplies policy, and scheduling windows. Use renewal prompts. 30 days before a plan ends, send a reminder with usage summary and an easy renew button. The goal isn't to trap customers, it's to make caring for the car effortless. When that happens, frequency and approval rise, and CLV follows.
Let's anchor this in a simple dashboard. Track retention rate by cohort, the percentage of first-time customers who return within 12 months. Monitor repeat visit rate, ARO by cohort, and CLV by source so you know where quality customers originate. Add CAC by source, LTV to CAC ratio with a target of 3.1 or better, and payback period in months. Watch churn, the share of customers who haven't returned in 12 months. Build it in a spreadsheet first. Pull data weekly from your POS and call tracking, and tag cohorts by first visit quarter. You'll see patterns fast. Advisors with higher inspection completeness drive higher CLV, or a channel that looks cheap on first visit is costly once you include retention. Let the numbers coach your process.
Once you see CLV by channel, budgeting gets clearer. Shift spend towards sources with higher lifetime gross profit, even if the first visit CPA is higher. For example, high-intent search may cost more per call, but deliver better retention than deal sites. Cap CAC based on payback. If your cash flow requires recovery within 3 months, adjust bids and offers accordingly. Common mistakes to avoid. Over-discounting the first visit, which attracts coupon chasers and trains your team to lead with price. Not collecting emails, mobile numbers, and consent, which robs you of follow-up. Inconsistent onboarding and reminder cadence. And the big one, calculating CLV using revenue instead of gross margin. You can't spend revenue. You can reinvest gross profit. Measure what matters.
Here's a practical 30-day plan to get moving. Week 1. Build the CLV calculator in a spreadsheet with ARO, visits per year, years retained, and gross margin, plus a space for referral lift and CAC. Set your target LTV to CAC and payback window. Train advisors to capture source and consent on intake, and turn on call tracking for your top campaigns. Week 2. Launch the 90-day onboarding sequence with templates for the thank you, review request, 2-week check-in, and 45 to 60-day reminder. Week 3. Tag new customers by source and start a dormant win back for the last 12 months. Week 4. Roll out a simple VIP maintenance club and publish the referral program. By day 30, you'll have tighter data and momentum. That's a wrap for today's episode of Fueling Growth, Marketing for Auto Repair Shops. We unpacked customer lifetime value, gave a simple formula, ran real numbers, and tied CLV to everyday decisions: staffing, pricing, service mix, and budget. We mapped the first 90 days of onboarding, set a proactive service cadence, and showed how digital inspections, transparent estimates, and convenience raise approval and retention. We covered loyalty and referrals that protect margin, win-backs for dormant customers, segmentation, reputation workflows, team scripts, and the metrics dashboard to prove progress. Your next step is to build the calculator, tag every new customer by source, and launch the onboarding sequence. If this helped, follow the show and share it with a shop owner who wants more calls and more cars. See you next time.